I'm Councillor Angela Harvey, and I'm chairing this evening's session on the Local Development Framework Plan on the natural environment. We have our ABLES. This evening is being recorded to make sure that everybody's good ideas are captured. And you will see there are some microphones above us here in the middle, and we have a sound record guy. Is it Richard? At the back there. So Richard is going to try and catch my eye if I talk too loudly or if other people talk too quietly, and because we really want this to be an interactive session with everybody making a contribution. So welcome, and perhaps to do that, perhaps it'd be quite nice if we just went round the room and people could say who they were, and then we can look in an appropriate direction when we want to bring people in. So I'm Angela Harvey. I'm Chair of the Built Environment Policy and Scrutiny Committee. I'm a Tatchbrook Ward Councillor, and I'm very pleased to be here. And should we turn to the right and say, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Leslie Elders. I'm from the City of London. I'm just here to...
Are you an officer at the City of London?
Yes, a planning officer.
A planning officer.
Yep.
Okay, welcome. Do you want to get rid of that chair as we go round? Please.
My name's Chris Manette. I'm just a curious resident. So I just was interested in what you're talking about, and I can come down and listen and see what you're up to.
Well, welcome.
Thanks.
Elizabeth Virgo, Paddington Waterways and Coordinator of Westminster Amenity Society Forum.
I'm Tom Wall, and I'm from Churchill Gardens and also the Thorney Island Society.
I'm Ruth Bush. I'm Minority Party Councillor for Harrow Road in the north of the city. I'm on the Built Environment Policy and Scrutiny Committee, and I'm also a member of the Planning Subcommittee team.
I'm Barbara Graham. I'm a Church Street Councillor and also a member of the Planning Committee.
I'm Stacey Kugel. I'm an officer here as the Biodiversity Project Manager.
I'm Claire McAllister. I'm the planner at British Waterways.
Stephen Smith, Landscape Manager at Grosvenor.
I'm Catherine O'Dell. I work for Savills in their planning department.
I'm Martin Soane, work in the Planning Enforcement team here at Westminster Council.
Robert Muriel.
Colette Willis.
A local resident?
Yes.
Colette Willis. I'm an officer in the Local Development Framework team.
Tom Kimber. I'm also a Planning Policy Officer here at Westminster.
Michael Faganauer, a member of WIG and the Thorney Island.
Tim Butcher from the City Planning Group at Westminster.
John Willman, Area Design and Conservation Officer in the Planning Department.
Good evening, I'm Kath Grant. I'm Public Health Coordinator, which is a joint post between the Council and the PCT.
Richard Perkins, Westbourne Neighbourhood Association.
And I'm Lisa O'Donnell. I work here in the Planning Policy team.
And in fact, Lisa is managing the process of the local development framework and will be facilitating this evening. Just a few housekeeping points. If you could turn the sound off your mobile, that would be great. Sorry, was that you beeping over there?
Yeah,
sorry. It was your guilt that was drawing my eye to you there. The loos are that way for the chaps. The girls, as always, are further away. They're on the mirrored side through the other corridor. Do we have a fire officer amongst us? If no, well, we all just head for the stairs, which are
either end of the building.
Okay. And welcome to Alderman Anne Mallinson here. Nice to see you, Anne.
Thank you very much.
But you're here on behalf of a concern, I think.
That'll do.
Righty-ho. It's very good. Do you want to grab a bite to eat or something first, Anne?
No. Oh, what a tempting idea. What a nice thought.
If we look in front, everybody should have in front of them a document like this, and on the back page is the agenda that Lisa's planning to facilitate us through. I think the plan is that we spend about 20 minutes on each of those first four, then we'll take a break, and then 15 minutes or thereabouts on the subsequent items. This is the fourth of 11 workshops, and our purpose this evening is to look at the natural environment. Now, that's got a fairly wide meaning at times, and it might be a bit narrow at others, but it's up to us to take it as we wish to. primarily, we're going to start by looking at issues of space and then move on to environment, biodiversity. And although we've got some things written in the agenda, please do take it wider. When we were discussing this workshop, I said, well, I'd like to see window boxes in there. I'm eating herb salad out of my window boxes at the moment, and I think there are lots of people who are doing much more interesting things than that, and I think it's the kind of stuff we should be looking at this evening much more widely. Now, all of the discussion this evening, as I say, is being recorded, and the plan is that there'll be notes taken from this meeting, and that together with the other meetings, the other 10 workshops, that those will be drawn together and they'll be published on the website by the end of September, which is an important part of the local development framework process. Now, it's possible that after we've talked about things tonight that we may go away and have some other thoughts, that will, and reflection. And Lisa, you will be taking those. And how do people get that through to you?
Just email them through to us at the contact that you've already used, which is the ldf@westminster.gov.uk. The information's on here, and preferably by the end of August, so we've got a full set of information from everybody about their ideas.
And I think that we really would welcome that if you wanted to speak to friends and neighbours and people at work about, well, we discussed X, but perhaps, they may have ideas about Y. So please, this is very much part of an open consultation process, and I look forward to everybody's contribution. I'm sure I'll have one or two of my own. Is there anything else under housekeeping that I should have mentioned?
No, that's it.
Okay, but what we want is lots of you, please, and not so much of the officers. Lisa,
Thank
please.
you very much. As I said, I work in the planning policy team here. I manage the planning policy, but I'm here tonight as a neutral facilitator. For all intents and purposes, I don't have any views on any of these questions, and the idea is for us to get your views on what we should do about these things, on what policies you'd like to see, and how you'd like us to carry our planning policies forward in the future. So just bear in mind, I'm just the neutral facilitator here tonight.
And there's something I should have mentioned, that these workshops were advertised in the Westminster Reporter, which is delivered to every home in Westminster, and a further 1,500 letters went out to people on your database.
That's right,
And we'll be reporting back in the Reporter, will we?
Yeah, I think we'll be reporting back through our website, but also if we find that we haven't had the chance to explore things in sufficient detail today, and there's some detailed areas we can always put together steering groups of interested people who want to talk further on anything. So it's important that you realise this is just the start of the discussion, and there may be further discussions that need to come from this for interested people. And just as well, that there's some flip charts up on the wall. If you don't have the opportunity or don't feel comfortable saying what it is you'd like to say, then by all means just write them on the flip charts, or again just email us by the end of August, and it will be recorded in the same way as what gets said here tonight.